Hi guys, Prof Chipboard here with my week 8 match against Abacus the Great of the Boston Scetptiles. Apologies for this is going up a day too late. I've had quite a lot of IRL things to deal with, especially work's been quite busy, so I didn't have the time to have a match till Friday, and I had better things to be doing with my weekend than this. Let's skip right ahead into his team. Oh, sorry, he has a 4-3 record and a very scary team of Weavile, Sylveon, Tyrantrum, Ludicolo, Miltank, Zabistrica, Megapincer, Entei, Wishcash, Scarm, and Agron. Again, the obvious thing there, which really sticks out to me, is that he has only one thing for hazard control, which is the Skarmory. Doesn't match up well against my team, and he has a lot of things which are weak to rocks, mainly his big offensive threats. Weavile, Pinsir / Mega Pinsir, and Entei are all weak to rocks. Sylveon doesn't appreciate them, particularly if it's a cleric set, and yeah, that's basically it. Apart from that, they're useful. So I've made getting up rocks quite. I want to be able to reliably get up rocks against the team. I want to be able to sort of keep them there ideally, so I don't really have too much which is walled by the Skarm. And yeah, let's hop into the team I've built. As you can see on the screen, I have Weswarmer Hammer, the Sash Nidoking with Sheer Force Sludge Wave, Stealth Rock, Counter, and Flamethrower. It's my rocker this week. Counter is there so that Sash Counter is there so that in case Tyrantrum wants to set up on my Vaser, in case Weavile wants to try and take me out, or any of his big offensive threats, because he's got 4 really big heavy hitters physically, so I can just counter on them. He's potentially got he might bring Curse Miltank as well, which I'm slightly afraid of, but counter again deals with that. Sludge Wave and Flamethrower. Flamethrower is there to deal with the Skarm, it'll 2-hit KO, basically whatever set he brings, even if he is like Spadef or Berry, because I'm max special attack. And Sludge Wave deals very, very nicely with his Sylveon and a few of basically everything else on his team. I think it's more or less unresisted, apart from by the 2 steel types, but I have Flamethrower for them. Then we're going to step into the Monarch. This is Yachi, static, bulky offensive, Toxic Roost, Thunderbolt, Heatwave. This thing is designed to lure the Weavile, and it can just put in some general work. Otherwise, Toxic is really nice because it means that if he does go for a bulkier build and brings his walls, I have Toxic on something to help me deal with that. T-Bolt is there. Yeah, this also really gives the Skarm a hard time, and also is realistically one of the best answers in the game to Mega Pinsir, particularly because it resists Flying Stab, and contact moves can paralyse it, really hamstringing it. Yeah, I think that's all to be said about that. Then we have Hunter-Gatherers. Oh, sorry, Yachi is to lure. Yeah, as I said, Yachi is to lure the Weavile, and potentially means I can take a hit from the Ludicolo. I haven't prepped too overly hard for Ludicolo, don't really expect it to come, but again, Toxic helps me out with that. Thunderbolt, especially because I'm offensive, will do a lot, and the Yachi Berry means I can take an Ice Beam if he's offensive quite easily. Hunter-Gatherers here, the Manaphy, with Rest, Scold, Calm Mind, and Ray Dance. Defensive spread, speed investment in here is 241, same as in my Wes Warhammer. That is to outspeed a max speed Sylveon in case he's running timid specs. Don't think it's likely, but you never know, because I do not have the best switch into that thing if he's running specs. Rest Gold, he's only got one thing which is water, which is the he's only got one thing which is water, which is his Ludicolo. So if he doesn't bring Ludicolo, Calm Mind, Skull, Rain Dance, Rest basically wins me the game, because the only things which can deal with it are a Spec Sylveon, if I haven't got, I think, 2 Calm Minds, and Zabistrica. And Zabistrica's not all that great, it's quite low tier, and I have a lot of things which could just damage it. My team is, as ever, slightly weak to Fast Electric type, but he needs the Life Orb to hit hard, it means he'll get worn down really, really quickly. Then we have Henchman 21, Superpower, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, and Overheat. I am physically offensive Cobra Berry, so if I can take him a Mega Pinsir, in case, basically means I'm not forced out, and basically means he can't set up a Swords Dance in my face, or a Sub, or something like that. Overheat is there in case he is Rocky Helmet, Fizz Death, Skarm, because I really, really don't want to take, well, basically, all 4 of my first wings take on Skarm. I really don't want to have to take that kind of recoil. Again, sorry about this. Connect. Apologies. Can you see my... Yep. Sorry, I was just checking that nothing there, but you can see there anything which you shouldn't, such as my team for next week. It's at the bottom of the page, so I think I'm okay there. So we have Henchman 21, super powerful habits of going overheat. I don't want to be taking recoil damage from Scum, and also the Scum will hurt. So Flare Blitz on that will I don't really think recoil. Overheat kills that. Overheat also kills the Mega Pincer. Superpower absolutely destroys the Weavile, and Earthquake is for the Entei. This thing has a really good matchup against all of his sort of big physical offensive threats. It's particularly defensive. Nothing of his can OHKO me with the Code Berry, and I can basically OHKO or 2 here everything back. Speed. I've got 8 speed investment. That's basically so that in case he tries to speed creep with anything slow, like potentially the Wish Cache or mainly the Sylveon really, because it's base 60 speed, but in case he brings Sylveon on tiny bit of speed, but it doesn't really sort of help me out in Spadef really all that much, so I thought I'd have it there. Then we have Dr. Orpheus with Psyshock, Hidden Power Fighting, Ice Beam, Healing Wish. Obviously this thing does not deal too well with Skarm, but I considered having the T-Bolt, but I wanted the Ice Beam so that I had some coverage to hit the Tyrantrum super effectively, because Henchman 21 does not really want to take a hit from that. Can do, kind of, but doesn't want to. This thing is Culverberry, again, bulky defensive, with Hidden Power Fighting to lure the Weavile, Ice Beam for Psyshock for stab. I can't remember exactly what it hits. It hits the Sylveon quite a bit harder than Psychic, and a couple of other things as well, so that's there. Ice Beam also hits the Mega Pincer, and Healing Wish is there for my Where's Warhammer in case I have to burn my Sash, because it puts in a lot of work against the team. I can Healing Wish that back up. If I've got rid of the what's its name? If I've got rid of the Scum, I can get rocks up again. Or I can use it to Healing Wish anything else. So if I need to take a hit with Samson earlier on, then I can Healing Wish him back up, or something like that. So this thing basically takes a hit from almost anything. It's not really here to do anything particular apart from trying to do that Weavile, because I don't like Weavile. It's a huge threat. I mean, if it Sword Stance low kick can potentially take on Mega Ragdoll if it's got some prior damage, and I'm not running bulk. And I'm not running a bulky Mega Ragdoll this week. I'm running offensive Autotomize, because with this speed investment I outspeed a Weavile at +2. There's a lot of things I can scare out with that. Also, after Autotomize, a low kick won't be doing too much damage. Thunder Punch, Iron Head, and Earthquake I have my coverage moves. Earthquake is for the Entei, Iron Head is for basically everything else, and Thunder Punch is for the Mega Pincer. The reason why I'm not running Heavy Slam, Mega Pincer and the Skarm. The reason why I'm not running Heavy Slam was there's a couple of things, such as the Tyrantrum, where Iron Head hits significantly harder, and also Autotomize helps me take low kicks. So without further ado, really, let us hop into a battle. Sorry, just let me change the theme. That's a bit better. Now, so he's brought Zabistrica, which will Volt Switch all over me. I'm aware of that. He's brought for Weavile, which is a threat. Tyrantrum, which is a threat. He's probably got rocks in it. Probably got D-Dance. He's brought the Skarm. Not too worried about that, because you see 4 out of my 6 things that beat it 1-on-1. He's got the Mega Pincer. Not too worried. I've just got to make sure I keep my Zapdos. Basically I can't let the setup, and I just need to make sure a couple of things. Basically can't let it set up, but none of my mons really let it do that. I just need to keep my big 3 physical walls healthy to be able to deal with that. Ludicolo, slightly annoyed he brought that. Well, I'm slightly annoyed at my own prep because I've not got too much to deal with it particularly well, but it is a Ludicolo and it's got an okay match against my team, particularly taking up the Mana Fee. So let's hop into it. I lead off with my Where's Warhammer. He leads off with Skarm. I click Flamethrower, great, and he reveals that here that he was trying to get me with the Natural Gift Ice and trying out speed. Thankfully I outsped because I've got a reasonable amount of speed investment. Flamethrower again takes him out. Sorry. I'll just go through that again. I'm pretty sure my speed investment is enough to outspeed an Adamant Skarm, even if he is offensive. which is nice for me. Obviously it means that preserves my stash, which is absolutely lovely, and means his hazard removal goes down turn 2, which means I'm absolutely free here to get up rocks. Because I do have the counter, I can let him set up in my face, and I can just click counter here on turn 4 on his earthquake, because he's afraid of the earth power. He's probably Sugarberry, which would be a nice prep on his part. Counter takes him out, and he's 2 months down already. I here try to save this thing, go out into my Doctor Office. It's not the most useful one in the world. He was his HP Ice, which I'm not really surprised by. Volt Switch is out, and I believe here I click HP Fighting, predicting the Weavile to come in and trap me. Doesn't he goes into his Ludicolo, rules that he's offensive and Life Orb, and I click Healing Wish here to save, to try and preserve my Where's Warhammer. He flinches me, unfortunately. It's not the end of the world. Just waterfalls into Where's Warhammer, and here I realise that because I'm playing this on my phone, just after finishing work, basically I realised that I've misgemmed that, and it is what is it called? It's Poison Point instead of Sheer Force. Didn't actually matter. He was sturdy. It's Scarm anyway, so it didn't really matter. A bit unfortunate for him he gets poisoned, but a bit of hacks for hacks. It's not the end of it. It's nice because it's wearing him down with the Life Orb, and he's only got 2 more hits left in him. I go out to the Monarch, prepare to take the Ice Punch. Take the Ice Punch beautifully with the Berry, and unfortunately I get frozen. It's annoying, but it is what it is. He's got another hit left in him, and I just roost and hope that I fall. Thankfully I do, and that leaves me in a lovely position. However, he can then go straight out into his Weavile, because I can't take that on anymore, because I'm not that defensive. I'm bulky, but I can't take an Icicle Crash. So here I decide to sack off my Mesprit. Here I go to sack off my Mesprit. He makes good play, predicts me to go into the Mega Aggron. Kind of needs to, he needed to take risks at that point. I didn't want to risk my Mega Aggron on potential low kick prediction, so especially when I've got a sack, he Volt Switches out, takes it out, goes out to his Mega Pincer. He's not set up, he can't do anything to me. I Mega Evolve here, and and click Autotomize. Here I click Autotomize on his switch in Zeb, and click Earthquake next to him, and he outspeeds me, and he's and I live that just. Thankfully here for me, again it was another misgem because I was on Mobile Showdown. Wasn't a big one, wasn't too big, because had I had no EVs at all, then I wouldn't have taken that, and I would have been. Basically, this thing accidentally got Manaphy's EVs as well, which means that I don't outspeed the Zbystrika as I should. I don't outspeed the Weavile as I should, and I don't outspeed the Mega Pincer as I should. This is really annoying because this basically means that I don't get a 4-0 from here. However, I can take this thing out. Obviously, a really quick game this week, but both bring quite offensive teams. I take that out, he goes out into his Mega Pincer, and because I got the EVs off my, off my Manaphy, I actually have, like, max HP, nearly max defense, and I live this return. Don't know why I went for return here. I presume he didn't have Earthquake, or he did. If he did have close combat, I think if he did have close combat, he didn't want to take the defense drop. Understandable, but somehow I take that. I don't think it mattered in the end because he was on 50%. I had my I had Manaphy in the back, which dealt with a Weavile, and I could have gone out into my Emboar and just taken him out. Would have cost me a couple of differential. Obviously, he takes it out here. Cost me 1 differential overall, but I got into my Emboar, and Superpower cleans up the game really nicely. Good game to Abacus. It was a bit of hacks, but it didn't matter too much. I think basically his prep was pretty good. The natural gift was pretty impressive on the Scarm, but I think he was trying to predict me to predict a switch, or trying to predict me to get rocks up first term. Scarm has no business staying in on Nidoking. It just can't, unless he's trying to lure me with Metal Burst. He's not going to have a good time at all, which is unfortunate for him. But yeah, we'll play Abacus. Unfortunately, that takes him to 4-4, but he's still very much in the race for playoffs. I'm at 7-1, still top of the league. Thankfully, it should be a 6-2, but you do win some matches through hacks now and again. You do lose some as well, but thankfully, in that match, the freeze didn't really matter. The flinch didn't really matter, sort of because I think my prep was I'm really happy with my prep on that match. Yeah, playing was okay, and hopefully I can carry this on for next week. I've got a difficult match against Glasswings of Chelsea. He's 5-2 at the moment, has a very threatening team, has Lando Eye. I do have answers for it, but hopefully you'll see me on Sunday for that. Thanks very much. I've been Prof Chipboard, and good night.